Hey, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie we watching this week?
Oh, I got a perfect movie marriage for you this week. We got a combination of Kill Bill
Okay.
with a dash of Home Alone and a whole lot of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This week, we are watching Blue Ruin. Oh, yeah. It's like...
Harry Potter.
Well, it's a movie about a guy killed a guy's parents, and he's coming back for revenge.
Got
and
it.
I figured
Checks out.
this was the eighth movie. You know, it's the last movie, so it's like they didn't get Voldemort at all until the last one. So
There you go. So,
I almost had Batman instead of Kill Bill.
I like Kill Bill in there, although Batman would have worked too.
I almost had Batman until I realized, no, Dwight, he doesn't really fight crime.
He also doesn't have a Batmobile either. So
No, Kill Bill was, I'm like, yeah, out for revenge. That one fits. Home Alone.
He did have a Hattori Hanzo sword, though.
He did use a Hattori Hanzo sword. Oh. And that scene where they pack that like that black mamba snake in the suitcase. Oh man.
Yeah. Classic and original.
And when he almost ran over that guy that shot him with the crossbow, stopped the car and then gave him the 5-point exploding heart technique.
Oh, right there. And the guy was also played by Carradine.
It was
It was Keith Carradine, but
right.
close enough.
Keith, yeah, whatever. So, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, the weekly podcast where we take a monthly theme and satisfy the theme with banter. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I'm the other host, Curtis.
And we're here to talk about a really uplifting, feel-good story. We're here to talk about Blue Ruin. Jeremy Saulnier's...
Right on the heels of Blue Velvet. Another knee slapper.
Right. This one is... I don't think this one is as... Obviously not as manic as Blue Velvet. But it's... it's right there in the doldrum. I figure we're already down. We might as well kick ourselves. So
yeah. I already fell crotch first onto a onto a ladder. I may as well just take another one for the team.
Let's do it. So yeah, it's that point where like one of us fell like straddling the top rope while the other one just shook the top rope back and forth. Because it makes it hurt so much more.
That's so painful in wrestling. Yep.
Yeah. So, oh man. Well, we definitely want to give a shout out to Patreon subscribers Don S, Aaron A, and Mady K. Thank you again for your patronage. We're wrapping up Bloovies month. Can you believe it?
We are. Another month. It went by quick.
Oh, episode 82. Wow. We're like 30 episodes into year 2
of
our show.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. We're closing in. We're past the halfway point. It's the point of no return. So, all right. Well, Blue Ruin, like I mentioned, Jeremy Saulnier, I don't think it was his directorial debut, I don't believe, but I like this guy.
Yeah.
I really like this guy. Oh, no, it was not. I talked last week that Murder Party was his directorial debut.
Murder.
It kind of sounded Swedish Chefish there. So, but Murder Party's a lot of fun. I hope we could squeeze that in because I know you'd really enjoy it. But yeah, for this one, we're going to take it back 10 years to Murder Party. Blue Ruin. Sorry. I'll let you get to the cast because we're going to mention a guy here that is a staple of Jeremy Saulnier's work. Macon Blair. So take it away with the cast.
You're right. Macon Blair plays the lead, Dwight Evans. No, not famous Boston Red Sox right fielder Dwight Evans, but other Dwight Evans. Plays the lead, a man who's living in his car on a beach and is just kind of drifting through life until and until the guy who supposedly murdered his parents is released from prison. So
yeah, like 20 years of prison. Yeah.
We have Dwight's sister, his kind of estranged sister Sam, played by Amy Hargreaves. She has I don't know, a normal-ish life, what we would consider to be a normal-ish life, living in the suburbs, has a kid, that kind of thing. We have Dwight's long-lost best friend, Ben, played by David Rattray? Devin?
David, yeah, Rattray.
Him too. I'm going to go with Rattray.
It's Rattray.
Is it Devin? I put David down. Whatever.
It's Devin.
Okay. Sorry,
yeah,
David.
He played Buzz in Home Alone.
Seriously?
And Home Alone 2. Yeah, that was Buzz.
Wow.
I did not. Yeah.
Well, I probably missed it because I was looking up David Rattray and not Devin.
Probably. It may be it.
That's
his
why
his filmography is not as extensive as Devin's.
No, Devin goes way back.
Yeah, he was Buzz in Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Back to the Minors.
Okay. Home Alone 2.5.
Yeah, Home Alone 2, Citizens on Patrol.
We have the Cleland family, Oz. I'm just going to buzz through all the names. We have Wade Cleland Jr., the supposed killer, spoiler alert, of Dwight and Sam's parents. We have his brothers Teddy Cleland and Carl Cleland. And then we also have, what is it, like a sister and an in-law, or a sister and a cousin?
Yeah,
something like that.
Cousin. It's a cousin.
Hope Cleland and Chris Cleland. Chris played by Jan Brady herself, Eve Plum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we have William Cleland, played by David W. Thompson, a teenage Cleland family member.
Mm-hmm. Which I'll get back to later on.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's our cast.
That's it.
We got the Evans siblings, several dozen Clelands, and Ban.
Ban. So, all right, it's my week this week, so I'm going to unlayer this onion of a plot. It's really not that deep. Let's just put it this way.
It's a pretty simple movie.
If you've got a few minutes and you've made it this far, but you got to duck out, I'll just tell you what this movie's about: revenge.
Yep,
plain and simple. This movie is about 20 years of pent up vengeance and revenge.
Hey, Oz.
It's
okay, Bruce.
I know. It's okay.
It's okay, Bruce. It's okay, Bruce.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay, Bruce.
So we've got. Oh man, I remember you.
I about spit up my popcorn.
Yes, you did when he was doing the stethoscope and he just lifted it. It's okay.
Minute Maid lemonade everywhere.
Definitely not a funny part of the movie, but I still got you to crack. So.
You did. That is a fond memory. Stethoscope. It's okay, Bruce. Too loud, Dad.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got Dwight. We meet Dwight, who is living out of his car. He's in a beach community somewhere. I mean, he's homeless. But I get the feel he's homeless by choice. The weight that this man wears is unnecessary, traumatic for sure. And it's not fair for me to say it's unnecessary, because obviously to him it is very necessary. But Dwight lives out of his car. And more importantly, I don't know if you caught this, Dwight lives out of the car that his parents were murdered in.
Yeah.
And so he's scavenging for food. We meet Dwight
caught in this grief cycle, and he just can't shake himself out of it.
But he's smart.
Yeah.
He's not your stereotypical homeless, vagrant that's milling around everywhere. Like, he's smart. One of our first scenes is he's taking a bath.
Yeah.
And then he hears somebody outside, and he busts out the screen in the bathroom window and leaves, because he's broken into this house to clean himself. And you get the vibe he's been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't steal anything from these families. He just gets clean, cleans up.
Wanted to take a bath.
And so he's, one night he falls asleep at the car and he gets woken up by the police. And I really like this scene because it really, really felt like, here come the cops. They're going to badger this homeless guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even the police officer's like, you're not in trouble. I need you to come down to the station. And we find out he's actually got a pretty warm relationship with at least this cop.
Yeah, he does.
Because he doesn't cause trouble. He keeps to himself. He just lives in his hermit shell of trauma.
Yeah.
But the cop informs him that Wade Cleland is being released, and he's going to be set free. Now, Dwight's in Delaware, so this is like the Delaware police telling him this. But
he
lives
Delaware.
Delaware. Hey, everybody. I'm in Delaware.
Delaware.
This might be 2 weeks in a row we've made a Wayne's World reference. Wayne's World is the new Dewey Cox, so around these parts. And so Dwight decides it's time. This is the moment he's been waiting for. This is his Joe Chill moment of, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to the prison, and I'm going to kill Wade Cleland. Like this is my story.
Yeah, kill the man who killed my parents.
Yeah, he steals a gun at one point. Like he's going around a bar looking in vehicles. I thought honestly he was looking for somewhere that had keys. He was looking for a vehicle that had a firearm in it.
Mm-hmm.
Finds a gun that's got a lock. He ends up breaking the gun.
Yeah.
Like you can just get the feel that Dwight's not good at this. He's got a plan with not a lot of competency towards execution because really he's just a nice guy.
You get the idea he hasn't hunted someone down and killed them for revenge before.
This isn't something. Yeah, it's his first time. He's a rook.
He's a first timer.
Yeah,
getting his first
long time listener, first time caller.
He's getting his first stamp on the sub club card.
That's true. So he does. He makes it to the prison, and the Clelands show up in a limousine to pick up Wade. So already like monkey wrench number one of. Okay, this isn't going to go as planned. So plan B, he follows the limousine the entire way. They just stop at some roadside club, really. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes inside. And again, he doesn't have a plan other than must kill the queen. Like it's
it's funny you mentioned that. You bring that quote up. Every evening for during dinner, I quiz my wife on celebrity birthdays, and I'll just name the celebrity, and she has to tell me if it like how old they are. So as of the time of this recording, it is Reggie Jackson's 77th birthday.
Must kill the queen.
So this is my second Naked Gun reference in the last 2 hours.
Well, I'm glad that I could contribute to
this
completely unknown. That's why we share a brain.
Dwight also lifted up second base to get another gun.
Luckily, Enrico Palazzo has a cameo in this movie.
Enrico Palazzo.
But enough of the feel-good fun movies. Let's get back to Blue Ruin. No, Dwight follows him into the club because again, he knows he can't be seen, but he's got to get the job done. Like this is what he's been waiting for 20 years. He does find a way into the club, and coincidentally finds himself in a bathroom. Hears somebody come in. What happens to be Wade? Wade sees somebody looking at him through the stall, reacts accordingly. Long story short, Dwight stabs him in the neck. Wade fights back because let's put it this way: Dwight's lived on a beach eating garbage for 20 years.
Yep.
Wade Cleland's been in prison. He's a little harder. This is 20 years of prison. This isn't like Say Anything where dad's been in prison for like 5 days and is suddenly chain smoking.
Yeah, he's selling cigarettes to the rest of the prisoners.
This is a full sentence Wade has served. And he's got a screwdriver, stabs him in the neck. That doesn't stop him. Wade starts choking him out, and Dwight stabs him in the temple.
Yeah.
Pretty grisly effects too, because
Mm-hmm.
that blood was just pumping, and I love just the reaction, because he just kind of blinks, like it's just it looked like it happened the way it's like it would really go down.
Yeah.
So Dwight takes off. He realizes he's on borrowed time now, because it's going to be no time at all that they come looking for him in the bathroom. Escapes out the back, takes his screwdriver, or it's like a knife. No, he had a knife. It wasn't a screwdriver, it was a knife. That he stole out of the kitchen. Took a knife, punctures the front tire of the limousine, gets in his car. The necklace that he has his keys on was grabbed by Wade in the bathroom. So he left his car keys in the club.
Uh-oh.
So plan B, he jumps back in the limousine that's got a flat tire and takes off. Like, that's his escape plan.
Yep.
And we really get a feel for how Dwight is when he's got his getaways on the highway or whatever, and he hears a knock on the divider window, and it's this teenage Cleveland boy, William. And he just pulls the car over and lets him go. Like, we find out why later. But he pulls the car over and just lets him go. But not before William says, Wade didn't kill your parents. Well, of course, William he doesn't know what happened to Wade, but based on the amount of blood that's all over Dwight, he has a pretty good idea.
He knows something happened. Yeah.
And it just tells him Wade didn't kill your parents. So now Dwight, thinking that 1 + 1 = 2, like, you killed some of mine, I killed some of yours, we're even.
Mm-hmm.
He's reignited a fire here. And so we cut away from that. He heads back again. He goes back to Virginia. He actually gets himself cleaned up. He breaks into another house.
Yeah.
Shaves. Gets a hair. Cuts his hair. Shaves. Steals some clothes to go visit his sister. Catches her on her way to work. Like, hey sis, haven't seen you in a minute.
20 years.
Yeah. So Sam takes him out for breakfast. Just to kind of catch up. Realizes something's a little off. And Dwight tells her, I killed Wade.
Yeah. Just tells her right there in the restaurant.
Like, yeah, it's just, and you got the sense that even the way that revelation was revealed, it was part celebratory, but equal parts, I don't feel better.
Yeah.
Like, he delivers this news, which is the news he's been waiting to do, but at the same time is like, I didn't do it. Like,
yeah.
I just murdered a man. Like,
well, she even says, I hope he suffered.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like, she holds the same amount of hate.
Yeah. She's just able to function.
Yeah. And Dwight
almost kind of chooses to function. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go back to the house, they're doing their thing or whatever. And he turns the TV on and there's nothing on the news about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a little kind of goofy storytelling a little bit.
Yeah.
It does play into that whole, the TV is always on the news bit that you need when you turn it on, that kind of thing.
Every channel is 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah. And they're always, nobody's at commercial. They're always right where you need them to be. But Dwight realizes, wait a minute, there's no mention of the murder.
Yeah.
Granted, it falls into the plot, but it easily could have been short-sighted of like, well, maybe this news station wasn't picking up local murders at the moment.
Imagine how different this movie would have been had that TV been on, like, Wheel of Fortune.
Or the Weather Channel. No, why haven't they mentioned Wade Cleveland's murder yet? Well, it's Weather on the 8s. I'm like, oh no.
Which was also the puzzle that they were solving at Wheel of Fortune. Weather on the 8s.
Yeah, he's waiting for Pat Sajak to drop that Wade Cleveland's been murdered. He cuts to the ShamWow guy, and there's still no mention of Wade's murder. But anyway, to relevancy to the plot is Dwight puts 2 and 2 together really quick that they're not going to mention the murder because they never reported the murder.
Mm-hmm.
The Clelands are equally out for revenge. That they're going to take care of this themselves and not get the police involved.
Double revenge.
Because again, Dwight really is an intelligent dude. He quickly realizes that the car he's been driving is registered to Sam's address. So, and he left the car there.
Mm-hmm.
They have the car. They have the keys. They have the car. They're going to figure out. I mean, I don't know if I would have given the Clelands that much, like, respect in the education department kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, he's jumping to panic conclusions, and it just happened to be exactly what they were doing.
Well, and he's right, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. You know, it's like, it's very, I'm glad it was, because the movie would have really drug, but, you know, it turns out Sam's married to a Cleland. He just didn't know it. And so, you know, Dwight realizes they're probably on their way here. You need to take the girls. You need to get out of here. Of course, she's like instantly mad. Like, what? You know, it's like, okay, you just kind of celebrated his murder not too long ago. Like, come on. Like, don't get mad at your brother. Like, you're the one that let him have the car for 20 years and kept it registered in your name. It's your fault, Sam.
Is it ever revealed what she does?
No. Maybe she manages that restaurant they went to.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's why she looked late for work, but really wasn't.
she makes like ice cream cakes for a living.
Right.
Those ice cream cakes aren't going to make themselves.
Right. She's dog walker. We apologize to those people out there that make a living off decorating ice cream cakes and walking dogs. It is a necessary part of our economy, and we thank you for your efforts. So Dwight was right. We cut to that evening. Dwight's basically he's bunkered down in the house waiting for them to arrive, waiting for these brothers to show up. They do. Teddy and Carl, they show up in Dwight's car, which smart move really, because that car is registered to that house. Like, why wouldn't you? You know, they come at him. He kind of escapes. As he goes to drive away, like, he runs over Teddy, like, just smashes into him. Doesn't kill him, just knocks him out. Then proceeds to put him in the trunk of the car. So he's got his car back now. But before he could drive away, Carl, who likes to fight with a crossbow, apparently.
It's like Hawkeye here.
Catches him in the thigh with a bolt. And
owie.
Yeah, like, those have barbs on them. That doesn't feel good. Dwight, again, tries to keep, you know, the experts out of the picture, and it attempts to get rid of this crossbow bolt himself.
Yeah, he goes to the pharmacy, and he's, like, all sweaty and whatnot, because he's got an arrow in his leg. Buy, like, bottles of rubbing alcohol, and, like, and, like, peroxide, and
it looks like he's making 100% effort to just stay conscious. Like, you know, the pharmacist is the exchange here. He's just like looking at it, and he's just pale and sweaty, like you said. And he just looks at the pharmacist and he's like, I got nothing.
I wish they would have done one of those shots where, like, they show from his perspective, and like and it's like the pharmacist is like the woozy
cam.
And, like, the woozy cam, and the pharmacist is like, "Would you like to enter your rewards number?"
Everything's shot with, like, a fisheye lens.
2 for 1 Butterfinger.
Dwight realizes. I mean, he cuts the arm off of that bolt, but I mean, he takes a pair of, like, pliers, and, like, he's basically just trying to retract this thing from his flesh.
Not working.
Realizes it's way too much. So he goes to the hospital wisely. Like, passes out, like, in the ER, and it's just like, I got an arrow in my leg, and then comes to, like, he's been tended to, you know, they take care of it, you know, they stitch him up, he's fine, you know, he's still hurt, but he's
good
not,
as new.
He's fine. I like how he look like he lifts the blanket to look at his leg. I don't know what he was expecting to see down there.
They replaced his leg with 2 other legs.
He's got 3 legs now, and not in the weird way.
You know what he should have done was, like, in Talladega Nights, You just take another arrow and just jam it into your leg.
Yeah. Try to wedge it out.
Try to pry it out. Here, I'll use another one. Tink, tink, tink. Now I got 2 knives in my leg.
That was a fun scene.
Yeah.
Don't do it that way, Cal. You had super deep voice Michael Clark Duncan in there. Try this knife to wedge it out. And so he gets treated and decides he needs some help. He's got no, like, he knows where they are. They don't know where he is. Mm-hmm. He's still got Teddy in the trunk.
Yeah, he's still there.
Like,
still in the trunk.
I'm assuming that while he's parked the car at the hospital getting treated overnight, Teddy's probably just pounding away on the inside of that trunk. No one pays attention though. It's not his time. So Dwight goes to find his friend Ben Gaffney.
It's pronounced Ben.
Ben. He goes to his house. It was kind of a sweet scene. Ben's mom invites him in. They talk for a minute, and Dwight's really in a hurry. Like, mom tells him where Ben works, and he's like, "Well, I gotta go." And she's like, "Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted some tea." It's like, I would love some tea. Like, just the human side of Dwight is there, and he fights so hard to keep that put away for revenge, and I like that. I like that scene. So he gets with Ben. You can tell they haven't seen each other in 20 years either. Like, it's been forever. They rekindle a little bit on some old, memories that they had, and Dwight just gets down to it. Like, I need a gun, and I need you to show me how to use it. And I got a guy in my trunk, and and like Ben's, I'm gonna say cool enough, I guess, to be like I don't mean cool, but it's like with this news,
yes,
Ben is just
he does. He's like, huh,
right? Like,
okay.
I don't mean like I want to be friends with Ben, but I just mean that, like, upon hearing this news of his friend, he's like,
he's
okay,
not
I'll
shocked.
help you out.
Yeah, he doesn't express shock or stress or anything like that.
And he's like, hey, I've got some land. We'll just go out there. You can take care of it. Tells him the plan. Open the trunk. Pull the gun. Quick. So Teddy pops up out. And Dwight's just not good. He's just not good at this stuff. They're having this back and forth. Teddy tells Wade what William told Wade. Hey, or not Wade, Dwight. Teddy tells Dwight what William told Dwight. That Wade didn't kill your parents. Your dad was having an affair with my mom. Mm-hmm. And my dad killed your parents. But my dad was so sick we didn't want him to die in prison, so Wade took the fall. And it's all of this is just pouring over Dwight to where it's like this processing of like, I'm wrong, but I'm so far down this path, I can't just stop.
Yeah.
Like,
he's committed. He's in.
Like, because I killed one of yours. Like, you're not just going to let me go because of a misunderstanding, So he's got to see this through, even though he realizes I was wrong, and the man who did kill my parents is dead. And Ted even tells him, hey, almost like, sorry about your mom. She just happened to be there. Like, that was not the plan. The plan was to kill your dad. Sorry about your mom. Dwight throws him the phone. You can make a phone call. Teddy pranks him by not making a phone call. Long story short, Teddy ends up with the gun, pulls it on Dwight, and hesitates too long because we hear a crack, like a crack shot to a point where Teddy turns and then just takes his jaw off.
Yeah,
like,
it just flies off.
It's weird because it's like this movie doesn't need this gore, but it feels more complete with it because you feel like there's actual physical evidence of pain that represents what Dwight has been feeling all this time. The stab to the temple and just watching that blood spurt out. It just felt very real. Like the special effects work is really good in this. And so, Ben kills Dwight and is like, let's load him back in the trunk. You're not leaving him on my land. And they part ways. Ben's just like, okay, here's some food. Here's some more weapons. Dwight tells him the plan. I got to go finish this. Like, I got to go to their house. I got to go take them out.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwight does actually kind of a kind thing. Apparently, when Ben wasn't looking, Dwight stole the battery out of his truck, as just to like, thank you for your help, but you need to stay out of this.
Yeah.
Even though Dwight probably could have used some help.
Yeah, he probably would have helped him more than not. But
yes, yeah. But this is his fight. It's his hill to die on. And so we go to the Cleland house. Dwight breaks in. Well, first he buries Teddy.
Yeah.
Then he breaks in and finds as many guns and firearms as he can around the house.
Oh my goodness, there are guns everywhere in this house. Everywhere.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of firearms. I bet I know how these people vote. And so finds a
Green Party.
Yeah, Whigs. The totally Tory Whig party.
Yeah.
He takes a lot of guns out of here. Like the amount of guns he took out was the amount of guns Arnold Schwarzenegger put on in the commando.
You're not wrong.
Like it'd be a fun scene of Dwight taking them all out like Radon Chong when she's coming out with her shopping cart of weaponry.
Yeah.
And then cut to John Matrix putting all this weaponry back on.
John Matrix.
And so he's just going to ambush him. I'm going to wait for him. He makes a phone call to their house, leaves an answering machine message, and then waits for them to come home and listen to it. Which they do. Tells them Teddy's dead. Leave my sister out of this. We're even. Like you killed 2 of mine, I killed 2 of yours, we're good.
Yeah.
But of course he knows they're not good. That's why he's already at the house waiting to ambush.
Well, one of them even says out loud, like, leave my sister out of this. And the guy is like, yeah, we're going to go track her down at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was never in the intention. This was, both of these parties are going to see this through to the end. So we've got 1 Dwight, but we have 3 Clelands. We got Carl, Chris, and Hope. When Dwight realizes after listening to them go overboard that yes, they're going to go kill Sam and her family, Dwight steps out and smartly shoots Carl. Like takes out the male of the 3, thinking he's probably the most physically threatening. Holds the others at gunpoint. Dwight forgot about William. William didn't come into the house with the rest of them. William's kind of hunkering down outside, comes in, sneaks around the back, and shoots Dwight in the side with
it's like a rifle or something.
Yeah, I don't know, because it was enough to obviously do the damage, but it didn't destroy him.
It was like a double barrel, maybe shotgun, because it had 2 rounds in it.
Yeah, because he shot him, and he shot him good. But even Dwight said, he goes, this doesn't hurt as much as that crossbow. Like, but again, he's in such, his body has shut that down. Like,
he's clearly in shock.
It hurt, Dwight. You just don't know. But he tells William to leave. Like, go. He disarms him. William was going to finish it off. He gets the gun away from William. The sisters are still, the sister and the cousin are still there. Tells William to leave. Tells him the keys are in the car. You need to go. Of course, the sisters are kind of weirded out by it, and that's what Dwight tells him. That's my half brother. Like, William is the love child of my dad and your mom. He's just as much my brother as you are, which explains why, like, Dwight knew this. I don't know if William knew this. I doubt William probably knew this.
Yeah.
The Clelands don't seem much of a, let's tell you about everything that's true in your life.
Let's sit down and have some tender moments.
Right. So he tells William to go, tells the sisters, that's my brother. Explains why you let him go in the limo. Explains why you let him go here. And then we just basically get a firefight. Hope finds the Uzi that they had hidden under the recliner.
Yeah, pulls the recliner lever and it like flips over and there's like an automatic machine gun there. Yeah,
and she just unloads on Dwight. Dwight gets a shot off on Hope. It's like basically this train. It's this
Reservoir Dogs kind of.
Yeah. I was thinking more that that ending scene of the episode of The Office where Michael, Andy, and Pam all have finger guns pulled on each other.
That's right. Yeah.
The Savannah episode, I think it was. But yeah, basically it's you kill me, I shot her, she shot you, and Dwight laying on the floor dying, and he just keeps mumbling the keys are in the car. Like he's just his last words, like he's dead. Mission accomplished on all parts. Like he took out the Clelands, they took out Dwight. I'm assuming Sam was not harmed by William. William really didn't seem like a pure blood Cleland.
Yeah, even though he did go after Dwight there at the end, he seemed on the meeker side.
Right. I think he went after Dwight because again, like you've got a gun pulled. You just killed my brother.
Yeah.
You got a gun pulled on my sister and cousin. Like I get where William was coming from. Like you invaded our house and have killed our people. But even then, he just kind of felt that tenderness of Dwight of like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. So, and that's Blue Ruin.
There it is, folks.
It really is a simple plot.
Yeah.
But just, I really enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it was a good watch. I appreciate you throwing it on the list.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I always get worried, but I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, folks, at this point in the show, Oz and I each give our own unique rating to the movie we've been yapping about, in this case, 2013's Blue Ruin. Oz, how would you rate this flick?
I'm going to give this 2 garbage sandwiches. Just because Dwight's hungry. He needs more. That's not 2 out of 10. That's just 2.
Just 2. Yeah. Just 2 sandwiches. 2 garbage sandwiches.
Yep. That's what I'm going to give it. What do you got?
I'm going to give this a 17 for the total lines of dialogue in this movie.
Fair enough. You're about right. Yeah.
Yep.
Real quiet film.
Yeah. Not a lot of talking in this one.
No.
As opposed to too much talking. It's too much talking. Not enough
Love
talking.
You, Deb.
Not enough
Love
talking
you,
in this movie. Next up, we got Outside Insights. Folks, Oz and I have been scouring the interwebs, looking for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours too. Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
I got 2.
Okay.
They're short. The first one is a 1-star review by Fozzie Isaac, left July of last year. He says, just because TikTok says it's underrated doesn't mean it is. And my second is a 1/2-star review. I feel like I've read a review from Shlomo Baggins before.
Shlomo Baggins?
Shlomo Baggins.
Okay.
It was left April of last year. I'm glad you're taking a drink. Keep that water in your mouth.
Oh, God.
This one.
I'm going to short out my keyboard.
This is a 1/2-star review for the movie Blue Ruin.
Okay.
I always heard this was a good movie, but Laura Dern is totally overacting. plus 1/2 star for Dennis Harper, hyperventilating, but minus 1/2 star for pasty Kyle MacLachlan body. So they watched Blue Velvet and then wrote a review for Blue Ruin.
And even then, still screwed
up. Right. With Dennis Harper. Dennis Harper
yep.
and Kylie MacLachlan.
Kylie MacLachlan.
Dennis Harper and Kylie MacLachlan.
Kylie MacLachlan.
Oh, thank you, Shlomo Baggins. Here and back again. So that's my I had the TikTok one and I read this one. I'm like, I gotta put this in because they reviewed the wrong movie.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, those are my 2. What do you got?
My review is a 10 out of 10 from the Internet Movie Database. This is from Svetoslav Grigorov from 2014. Blue Ruin. Okay. If you like No Country for Old Men, Falling Down, Reservoir Dogs, Taxi Driver, take out the commercial element from all of these and just leave the bare bones of the pure cinema with A, an actor whose face looks like your shy friend, B, you cannot see any high-budgeted actor in it, but all of them play way better than Daniel Craig and Al Pacino together. C, The script will take.
Are they on each other's shoulders, like
under a trench coat? Yeah. C, the script will take your head off even if you've been prepared for it and watched thousands of B/indie movies in advance. D, the camera work is magnificent. E, trust me, I am a doctor. If you like a good action movie, not set up upon Hollywood standards, watch this movie. So far, the best movie of the year.
I'm a doctor. Dr. Cinema.
I'm a doctor.
Doctor Movie. Oh, that's good.
Dr. Craig Pacino.
Right? Craig Pacino.
If you mashed them together into a fine paste, you still got nothing.
You know Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon from Stuck on You? Imagine Al Pacino and Daniel Craig.
like was it Klaatu from Total Recall?
Daniel Craig's head coming out Al Pacino's belly.
I like that.
It's just this guy's way better than that.
He's way better than that could ever be. Like Craig from Ninja Turtles.
Nice job, Macon Blair. If you're listening, you have totally outperformed a Daniel Craig Al Pacino hybrid.
An unholy mishmash of Daniel Craig and Al Pacino.
You did it, Macon Blair.
You retire. You're done. You can't top that.
Right. And why would you want to?
No Oscar or award can come close to that. You outacted the love child of Daniel Craig and Al Pacino.
That's right, the Siamese Craig Pacino.
So that's my outside insight, Oz.
Good.
Yeah. So, folks, it's like as I collect myself and wipe the tears from my face, it's that point of the show you've all been waiting for, the 3, 2, 1, our signature segment, where we each bring 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 to the table. Oz, what are your 3 goods for Blue Ruin?
My first one is Dwight's pain, both emotional and physical, is just very real.
Yeah.
And I think, and to honestly give credit where credit is due to Macon Blair, like he wore that trauma. He didn't throw it at the camera. It wasn't oozing out of him. It just, you could tell the weight of it. I mean, he hung his shoulders the entire movie. Like it just, and the physical reaction of trying to remove a crossbow bolt from your leg, this guy is somehow the weakest and strongest person in this whole movie.
Yes.
My second good is I really did like the relationship between the Delaware police and Dwight at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he was harmless. Was he doing some very minor breaking and entering? Yeah, to take a bath. Yes, it's still unsettling, but he even had enough respect for the houses he was breaking into to not get caught. And the police, they, you felt like this lady cop cared about him, she was kind, and that's something you don't see often between police and homeless people in the movies.
Treating the homeless with dignity.
Yeah. And my third is, I won't call it a twist because it's not a twist. I mean, it was part of the plot the whole time, is Dwight thinking he's got all the details, but not having them. And that the clouded, despite how intelligent and really thought out he was, how much clouding was going on because of this focus on revenge and not the details. And so that's my third good, is just watching him have a plan from the start and then have to evacuate that plan immediately and figure it out as he goes along while still ending up at the same destination. Mm-hmm. So those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
My first good is right at just the first 10 minutes or so. I just love the slow burn as Dwight as he stalks the Clelands, outside of the prison, following him in the car, following him to the club, following him into the bathroom, because you kind of have an idea about what's going to happen, but there's very little dialogue at the beginning, just very little, and so you you have some general ideas about what's going on, but you're still kind of piecing it together as Dwight. Again, had sort of a plan, but you're kind of figuring it out as he does.
Yeah.
And so I just really like that slow burn, let the audience kind of figure things out, at the beginning. My second good is this movie had a budget of less than $500,000, and it was crowdfunded through Kickstarter. So
yes.
So kudos to the filmmakers and the crew for getting by on such a meager budget and still putting out a really, really solid piece of cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And my third good is just you and I both kind of are in our goods already spoken to this, but I'll give it a standalone good, and that's just the tension in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very tense movie, very taut. Again, Dwight's in almost every shot of the movie. There's a sequence when he breaks into the Cleland's house and he doesn't know that nobody's there right away, and the camera's just right in his face, right in Macon Blair's face the whole time as he's going through the house. So just very tense movie. You don't know kind of what's going on around each corner, and with each little kind of twist and turn in the story, and watching him react to finding new information, or watching him react to having a bolt in his leg, or watching him react to someone that, like, to Teddy awakening in the trunk, just very, very tense movie overall in the best of ways. So those are my three goods. Oz, what are your two bads?
My first bad is Dwight actually thinking the Clelands would see things as even.
Yeah.
Like, I think there really truly was a part in Dwight's brain that was like, we're good. I think he was desperate for them to accept that they were good. Like, he wanted so badly to be out of this plan by being like, hey, I've killed 2 of yours, you killed 2 of mine, we're even. Right? And knowing that, like, please accept this as being fine, because I don't want to go all the way through. So that was my first bad, is just like, you should have known better from the start.
Imagine the other brother, as they're listening to the answering machine, and instead of being, yeah, we're going to go to Pittsburgh and kill her, imagine him being like, yeah, we're done. We are even, aren't we?
Right. He makes a very valid point, sister.
I hope she's safe and sound in Pittsburgh.
Ooh, we all can sleep easy tonight knowing that this is over.
That really
William, come on in.
It's all over, William.
And then it re-escalates when they all start to relax and realize there's someone in their house.
Yeah.
Now Dwight, like, steps on a creaky floorboard on the way out, and somebody's in the house. New York City. Oh, my second bad is when they're listening to the answering machine message, and I feel bad for Eve Plum, because it's Eve Plum. But when they got the news that Teddy's dead, and just both the girls and their just extreme dramatic reaction to it, just, oh my god, he killed Teddy! It was comical. Like, so it's like, yes, it's terrible news, and yes, it's traumatic. I get it. But
almost took you out of the moment. Yeah.
Almost like, there's our chance, Hope. Let's get it. Like, we're gonna get him. Like, it was like, oh, it did. It took you out of the moment, because there's just so much reaction to it. So that was my second bad, was just the level they went to in their one moment of dialogue. So
yeah,
those are my bads. It was nitpicky again this week. It was tough to find a hole. So, what do you got?
My first bad is the William being Dwight's brother twist didn't quite do it for me. It sort of came. It wasn't quite to the level of like a M. Night Shyamalan kind of twist reveal, but I felt like they wanted you to have a bigger, like, ooh, it's his brother moment, and that, for me, it was kind of like, okay, it's his brother. I guess that makes sense.
You guys are linked.
Yeah.
Despite your hate.
Despite Eve Plum's reaction.
Right. You guys could have been having, like, joint birthday parties and stuff for William, and instead, you've been murdering.
Hey, brother.
You'll
be 18 years of back tax birthday presents.
Right. I want to say, it's fine. I've been homeless for all this time, so I ain't been paying taxes, brother.
So it just like the twist, like I
Yeah,
get
I
it,
got
but
you, yeah.
but it didn't quite like have the resonance that I don't know that I think the filmmakers wanted it to have. But
Right.
whatever. And my second one is Ben's not a good guy. Like
No.
he's
No.
not a good person, despite the fact that he's helping his old buddy. Like he's got an arsenal of weapons.
Mhm.
He's perfectly cool with Dwight just murdering a man on his property.
Yeah.
And then he gives him supplies to go murder more people.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
the gun that he gave Dwight, like I bought this at a gun show, so it doesn't have papers. Like
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
a good thing. Like
he probably would have been at the Capitol.
yeah.
Being in Virginia, I can almost guarantee you Ben Gaffney would have been on the January 6th insurrection.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Ben's not a good guy. And
no, he's
that's
not at all.
That's my second bad Oz.
That's fair enough. Fair
All right.
enough.
What's your huh?
Wade was in prison for 20 years for murdering Dwight's dad.
Mm.
William is Dwight's half brother from that affair. William's still a teenager. How?
Carry the two.
Yeah.
I
didn't understand that.
Conjugal visit.
It wouldn't have been her half brother though. The dad was dead. And it wasn't Wade's kid. William was Wade's brother, teenage brother, but also Dwight's half brother, teenage, from a murder that occurred 20 years ago.
Okay, I got it. Maybe it was a 27-month gestation period.
Possibly. Or he was born on leap day.
which in reality makes him like
5
or
5
or if the kid's 18 it would make him like 72.
Exactly. Yeah, but I just that for me was like, how do you have a teenage half brother from an affair over 20 years ago? Like, even if you add the 9 months, like of like, oh, we, you know, it was just that night that he was conceived and then murdered. It's like,
I'm going with 27-month gestation period.
I think so. Yeah. Some mammals are pregnant longer than others, and we never saw Mrs. Cleland.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a Tiger King kind of Southern thing. And,
ooh, there you go. He just didn't want to come out.
It's so warm.
What's the youngest Bluth son's name? Buster.
Buster, yeah.
Buster Bluth. He was in there for 11 months, and she had claw marks on her cervix.
Oh, Buster. Good old mother boy, Buster Bluth.
Mother boy.
So. All right, so that's my huh. Is how do you have a teenage half brother from an affair over 20 years ago? So
do the math. All right, for my huh, I've got several down here. Let's go with, how did he get out of the hospital without being seen or questioned? Like, if somebody
he walked out the back door. You saw it.
Yeah, I mean, but like, if somebody shows up to the hospital covered in blood, and with an arrow through their leg, you'd think that this isn't like a routine ER visit. Like this isn't like I fell off the monkey bars. You know, this isn't.
This is Virginia.
I guess you're not wrong there, but like it shows up with again an already sawed off arrow in his leg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and clearly, like, if you could, like, he tried to treat himself. I'm sure as they were doing their work, they would have noticed, you know, like he's been pulling on this thing and he's been trying to treat himself, and like you wouldn't like call in the authorities to help and like investigate things.
No. Well, maybe the hospital was also going to seek revenge on the Clelands, so they didn't get the police involved. This is all a big Cleland conspiracy. Everybody hates the Clelands.
That's where William was born, and they never paid the hospital bill.
We're gonna get him. I think I figured out the William thing, by the way, because he's Dwight's half brother. Maybe William is like 32, and Dwight's only claiming half of those years because he's my half brother, hence him being a teenager.
There you go.
That's probably it.
Maybe there was a bigger M. Night Shyamalan twist, and Dwight is the one who is the half brother. He's really 18 years old.
Yeah, right. There you go. Maybe together they make a full brother.
Just like Daniel Craig and Al Pacino.
Yeah, just like Craig Pacino.
I'm thinking of like the movie Thing, like the Thing where they get mashed together and there's just heads everywhere. And...
Yeah, they go into like kill the dogs and it's just all the huskies. Oh boy, we actually had more fun covering Blue Ruin than I thought we would.
I know we should cover movies like this more often.
yeah, real downers.
I know we could have some laughs at a movie like this.
Speaking of laughs, I bet we have a riot next week.
Well, next week is a new month, Oz. New month.
June 23.
Oh God, it's in June already. And again, both of us, as our thousands of listeners are aware, we both work in public education. So June is a sigh of relief for us.
Yes, it really is. It really, truly is.
Time to recharge the batteries.
Yeah, why did we do? Now that I'm looking at May, and we post on Wednesdays, there's actually one more Wednesday in May.
Meh.
But I don't care. We're gonna do this basically, but it's May 31st. So you know what I may do? I may post next week's episode on June 1st and then say, "Ha ha."
Just blame it on the math of William throwing you off of his age.
That's true. That's what it was. It was all this mathing. So, yeah, there were five May Wednesdays. I think I went off of it because there's only 4 May weekends, and we usually record on the weekends before we changed up our. That's probably it. It doesn't matter. What do we got next? What's the new theme next week?
Well, we have for the next month we have the new theme is bad movies based on TV shows. So June 23, bad movies based on TV shows.
Right. We are not going to comment on the quality of the TV show.
No. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the TV show. It has everything to do with the fact that it is a bad movie based on a TV show.
Yes. And what are we going to start next month with? Because it's your movie.
It is. I picked a movie that I had only seen bits and pieces of.
Which is more than I've seen. I've not seen anything.
At the time of this recording, I'm literally halfway through the movie, and it's not good. Oz, for
taking a turn from this month.
Yeah, it's not good in ways that are even kind of surprising to me, because there's aspects of it that are kind of fun, but it's bad because it's like racist and things. And and that movie would be 1999's Wicca Wild Wild West.
The one with Jim West, Desperado.
Yeah. The Will Smith Kevin Kline vehicle.
Is Salma Hayek in this movie?
Salma Hayek is in it. Half of Kenneth Branagh is in it. Emmett Walsh is in it.
Salma Hayek and Emmett Walsh. They're probably lovers.
Yes. Yeah. Some really unexpectedly steamy scenes between Emmett Walsh and Salma Hayek.
Really gratuitous.
Yes. Yeah.
Really
they really pushed the PG-13 line a long ways.
Yeah, it's Wild Wild West after dark. What happens when the sun goes down?
That's actually where they got the idea for the Girls Gone Wild.
It's from Emmett Walsh.
Yeah, this movie was originally called Girls Gone Wild Wild West.
There you go. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that was the working title.
So I've not seen this movie. I'm not looking forward to seeing this movie, but I am looking forward to talking about this.
Yes,
movie.
I am looking forward to making fun of this movie with you next week.
Yes, for sure. We've got a whole month of that. Like,
we're torturing ourselves. Although I am excited about the second week, just because there's a nostalgia there for our second week.
It's not good.
No, it's a terrible movie. But
I've revisited it somewhat recently, like within the last year, probably, hoping to tap into that nostalgia. Yeah, it's like up in flames. I'm watching it like, oh my God, young me was an idiot.
Not young me. Young me was a genius. Present me was an idiot.
Yeah, well, I didn't say I got better. I'm just saying young me was also dumb. So, all right, we will be back next week to cover Wild Wild West while we kick off bad movies based on TV shows. I do look forward to the torture with you.
Yeah, it'll be a fun month because we'll make it a fun month despite the awful films that we're choosing to watch.
That's fine. You know, we can't cover good movies all the time.
No.
It's really been a solid year so far. I mean, sequel's better than the original. Wives' Choice is never a disappointment.
Yep.
Guilty Pleasure Month. I mean, that was great.
That was great. Yeah.
Wrestlers and movies we knew was going to be bad. And honestly, I wasn't as disappointed. Really, Ready to Rumble was the only clunker. Like, Santa's Slave was not good. But like, oh, I love No Holds Barred though. Like, I admit that it's bad. I know it's terrible, but it's the nostalgia stays there, whereas it didn't in 2 weeks. And then Bluevies month was a fun month. Yeah,
wide variety of movies with
next
Bluevie
month
Bud.
is going. Next month may compete with Hallmark Movie Month of December of 21.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, social media wise, you know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Link to Patreon is also down below if you'd like to contribute there. It is always greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And Bluevies is over. We're on to good or bad movies based on TV shows. And we're kicking it off with a doozy.
Wild Wild West.
And we might as well stay in the dirt for the rest of the month. So.
Yep.
And we got 5 of them.
We do.
5.
Yep.
5 weeks.
We chose a 5-weeker for this month.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it would have been tough to find 5 for the following month. So.
True. Yeah. There are more bad movies based on TV shows than good movies based on TV shows.
Yes, there are. So, for another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
And we'll see you guys next week.